Srila Prabhupada Panchachar ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada ki, Panchachar Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Shripad Paramahansa Parivakacharya Stotrasa, Shishmanas Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava ki, Guru Puja Mahasab ki, Jai Sarjana Shanti, Jagannath Dev Subhadra ki, Jai Radha. Yeah, round of applause for Rita today. She's always to sing today. So,
and there's no technicians. And there's no technicians here.
I've switched it off. Why is this? What is feedback? What's this? Is one of? Can you take one of the mics? Jai. Mine and only one. Jai. Okay, please raise your hand. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So warm welcome to you all. I see some new faces. Welcome. Yeah. Students? Okay, I'm a student as well. I keep failing every year in life. So welcome. My name is Haridas, and then
He's getting changed and having a shower. The wrong time.
He's making up for the time he's not here.
All the mics are off. I've tried anyway. Okay, never mind. So today's feast is sponsored by Another Bhavan. Give you a big round of applause. He's celebrating his appearance day, which was yesterday. And Guruvani had turned 18 a month ago.
Yeah.
And she had exams, so she can do it. So we're gonna. There's a high-pitched feedback. I'm taking all the mics.
I think it's this thing that's doing it.
No,
What, the television? Yeah. Yeah, look, it's the television.
What was it?
Feedback.
That's better.
Where's the iPad?
Yeah. So today we have a guest speaker. His name is Narayan Keshav. He lives in Warsaw, so he's been coming from Mangalartis. And him and his son have done Bhakti Shastri, and his son is doing Bhakti Vaibhav, which is the next degree. And so we're looking forward to that class. And if you have any questions, please do ask the speaker, or you can ask us later on when we have your prashadam. Questions are very, very important because it means you're curious about understanding the topic. So even Bhagavatam is all about question and answer. Parikshit Maharaj had 7 days to live. And he came out and asked all the sadhus, what should I do in the last 7 days to be successful as a human being? So questions are very important. See, actually the saints who were gathered there in Naimisharanya, there was 88,000 of them, even they put forward 6 questions to Sutta Goswami, and Shaunak Rishi was the one who represented the sadhus. And they're wonderful little questions like, what should be the aim of life? You know, most of us are following a pattern which is already there in society, the social order. get educated. I think, can you close the door? And most of us are just rolling with the system. We get educated, kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, university, and we're thinking, okay, somebody's thought about this, and at the end of it, I'll get a job, get married, get children, and then the children will do the same thing. But yesterday I was at the crematorium, and somebody had passed away. I know that family, Harshbhai serves here, and his brother. And I know the Parivar. I did the ceremony for the grandmother, one of the uncles, aunties. And I saw them, I had forgotten some of them. And when you see them all, they're thinking, I just said, it's amazing, we meet here, all of us, when somebody's passed away. Wouldn't it be nice if we met each other while we are living and all that kind of thing? And then somebody said very nicely that when we leave, what do we take with us? You know, what do we take with us? You can't take your body, never mind something else. You know, whatever you are familiar with, that also stays there, and that's called departure. I don't want to be negative, but it was said that your karmas go with you. So then your university degrees, today somebody sent me Shah Rukh Khan, like what he's worth. I'm not interested, but he's got millions and millions, you know. And also I told this guy who sent me, apparently he comes there, he thinks he's impressed with it. I said, is he going to take them with him? Like so much, I mean, is he going to take, he can't take the body. The whole point is, we think that is success. But that success is going to be left behind. And just realize, what am I like to go to Bharat? Only allowed these days, not much. You have to pay for an extra suitcase. You took it for granted. So you always plan, what am I going to take with me? So similarly, when I think about this important question, what am I going to take with me? Because you have to go, all of you. It happens to everybody. It's not nobody's exception. Nobody's exception. So Atma Brahma Jigyasa includes like, what is eternity? Because this is temporary. All of this is temporary. Even relationships. Even your body relationship with you. You know, when you're youthful or when you get older, you start to realize, you look at your pictures, they show the picture of the deceased person. He had bell-bottom jeans, you know, the old a triangle cut in it. And then when he was in the coffin, hardly recognizable as the person. And it touched me because I thought about it all day. Even our relationship with our body is changing. Never mind with somebody else. You know, some people lose their teeth. And one person said to the Lordship, when you take me away, please give me a warning. Let me know that you're going to take me away. So years went by, and he got elderly and everything, and he said, Lord, you're not telling me. He said, well, all your teeth have gone, your hair has gone. I keep giving you indication. Your time is near. What do you want to know? You know, shall I write to you saying, you know, that day you're going to go? So you can see that we must realize what is eternal. We are dealing with temporary, a little longer, some live for 80, 100. But at the end of the day, you are not temporary. You are eternal. And Athato Brahma Jigyasa, just becoming Christian, saying, well, who am I? I'm not the person looking in the mirror. So this is a very simple question like, who am I? You know. And that is amazing. You'll say, oh, my name is Haridas, I'm from India or Kenya, wherever. But, well, you come away, you're in UK now. The TV was giving feedback. So we've tried everything else. It's been switched on. Guru sustained. So that's why Bhagavad Gita was spoken, because Arjun was crying for the temporary situation of the war. And he's a soldier. He was refusing to do his job. We all have job to do, prescribed duties, Prabhupada said. You can't neglect them. Like your students, that's your job. You got to pass. No excuses. Oh, I became a Hare Krishna, so I didn't pass. No, not like that. Make sure you pass. And so on the side, I've learned some values of Sanatana Dharma, which is being vegetarian, no alcohol, no illicit sex, no gambling. These principles, when you stop, you're not intoxicated mentally. You can think clearly. when you're driving, it rains, you got to have the wiper, otherwise you'll crash. So similarly in our lives, there's loads of muck on the screen, and we think it's all right, it's scenery. No, it's not scenery, it's muck on your screen. So if you don't wipe it, you can have accidents. So similarly, this thing, Bhagavad Gita tells you, gives you a vision saying, hang on, you are really concerned about the temporary, which will come and go. But what are you doing? Your eternal relationship. Others are not useless. They're very useful. They're helping you. My body is very useful. Otherwise, I won't be able to serve the Lordship. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So, serving the senses of the Lordship, you need senses to serve. Otherwise, you say you're disabled, and when you fall ill, you realize, oh my God, I can't serve. And so we must value the body because it's a gift. It's a gift from the Lord. But people think when we talk about Vyatma, we think, oh, the body, you say, oh, don't worry. Come on, we're all dressed up. Clothes are very important. Can you imagine turning up here without clothes? People think, oh, what is this? So, so it's important to wear. And then it's nice, you wear, you put tilak on and everything. But you're not decorating your body to have sense gratification, which they do in nightclubs and all these other places. So you can see there's one side of living, they're enjoying the senses. And you say, well, we're also enjoying our senses. We're going to dance, we're going to sing, we're going to eat. That's no. You are engaging your senses in the service of the Lord and honoring the prasad of the Lordship. They are just investing in, sense gratification to the full. All gadgets, everything for the eyes, everything for the ears, everything for the mouth, everything for the body, massage machines and everything. Just realize 24/7. And this body is what? Temporary. Well, there you go, you see. So you're wasting a lot of time. Because whether you massage it or not, at the end of it, when you get old, you're at the funeral, somebody say, he was a nice guy. This is a photograph of how he grew. And look at him now. And it's scary. You look at the person saying, really, was that person? Happens to everyone. We think we might be the exception because the scientists will find something like that. So I made it a little long just to say, you've come here and we did Prabhupada Puja first. Just like you have professors and whatever telling you something. Similarly, something complicated as, Sanatana Dharma, you need a spiritual master. And not as a ritual, not as a fashion, you actually ask questions. And you can ask questions, you don't have to get initiated and then ask a question. You must ask questions to everyone. And that way, your questions can actually enlighten the speaker. Because in Bhagavatam, when they ask the question, Sutta Goswami said, your questions are beautiful. This is good for the whole humanity. Like, what is the aim of life? So this time you spend here, 2 hours or 3 hours, is most useful because it charges your battery for the rest of the week. So the rest of the week, you're going to get the muck on the screen again. And then you come on Sunday and wipe it off. Right? Like Christians do that. Go every Sunday and confess their sins. And they say, okay, don't do it again. Monday, they start again. And then they wait for Sunday. Prabhupadas are not like that. It's not, you should be God conscious on a weekend. You should be God conscious all the time. Kirtanya Sadahari means my consciousness is, I belong to the Supreme Lord. So now, because I'm on this planet Earth, so what should I be doing daily? Okay, I've got to go to work. I must look at my family. I've got to cook and everything. Just do it. But it's with the right consciousness. How about this one? Oh, it's a playground. Oh, what can I play? Let me enjoy this. Oh, pizza. Let's have it. You see, your timetable is all about enjoying your sense. And then you go, oh, I'm tired. And the doctor says you're ill. You think, oh my God, why am I ill? Or if it's a terminal thing, you're thinking, this is too much. What did I do wrong, God, that you're punishing me like this? But you were doing it regularly to yourself. Nobody's picking on you and everything like that. So you got to choose. And that's why Athato Brahman Jigyasa, become inquisitive. So the next singer is, I think you're on? Sure. Okay. So who's going to play for you? I can play Mridanga if you want. And we need somebody to, Shravan is there. Yeah, Shravan can, yeah, he's better than me. Yeah, so then we'll so please. So give a round of applause for her. She's going to sing for the first time in the temple room here. Yes? Is that true? No, you're not playing Mridanga. He'll play Mridanga. You're just going to sing on the mic. There you go. A little reverb. So, anybody wants to respond to her singing? Not yet. Okay, we'll all respond. You're right. What's that? Oh, backing. There you go. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Hello. Hari bol.
This mic say.
I know the first two stanzas. Yashomati Nandan.
Yashomati Nandan.
Yeah.
It's a different Yashomati Nandan too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a different one. Do you have it online?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's in the book also.
Oh, that one, Yashomati Nandan, Brajabaru Nagar, Gokularan. Oh, that's the regular one then.
You can pay,
Oh, I think. Where's Prem Prakash gone?
I'll send the link.
No, but I already came.
It's hello, hello. Oh, no, you're not in the cafe.
I'll send it in the cafe. I'm sending it.
Oh, sorry.
Sent. यशोमती नंदन ब्रज बरो नागर गोकुल रंजन काना
Yashomati Nandan, Brajabaru Nagar,
गोकुलरञ्जन काना यशोमती नंदन ब्रज बरो नागर गोकुलरञ्जन काना
Yashomati Nandan, Brajabaru Nagar,
गोपी पराण धन मदन मनोहर गोपी पराण
Come here.
गोपी पराण धन मदन मनोहर गोपी पराण धन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधाना कालिया दमन विधाना ओ यशोमती नंदन ब्रज बरो नागर गोकुल यशोमती नंदन नागर गोकुल रंजन आमल हरि नाम अमिय विलासा हरि नाम अमिय विलासा आमल हरि नाम अमिय विलासा आमल हरि नाम विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नागर गोर वंशी बदन सुवासा विपिन पुरंदर वंशी सुवासा ओ विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नागर गोर वंशी बदन सुवासा विपिन पुरंदर वंशी बदन सुवासा ओ यशोमती नंदन ब्रज बरो नागर गोकुल रंजन
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजमनागरी गोकुल रंजन काना
ब्रज जन पालन असुर कुल नाशन
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 नंद गोधन रखवाला नंद गोधन रखवाला
नंद गदन रखवाला
गोविंद माधव नवनीत दासकर
गोविंद माधव नवनीत दासकर
गोविंद माधव नवनीत दासकर
गोविंद माधव नवनीत दासकर
सुंदर नंद गोपाला
सुंदर नंद गोपाला
सुंदर नंद गोपाला
यशोमती नंदन ब्रजमनागरी गोकुल रंजन काना
जमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर
यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर
यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर
यमुना तट चर गोपी बसन हर
रासिक रसिक कृप मोया
रास रसिक कृप मोया
रास रसिक कृप मोया
रास रसिक कृप मोया
श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर
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 भक्ति विनोदाश्रया
भक्ति विनोदाश्रया
भक्ति विनोदाश्रया
भक्ति विनोदाश्रया
ओ यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवरनागरी गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती नंदन गोकुल रंजन
ओ यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवरनागरी गोकुल रंजन काना
यशोमती गोकुल रंजन काना
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
Can you have the translation up so we can understand what we just said? Okay, so moving on. But the bottom, read the first paragraph.
Lord Krishna is the beloved son of Mother Yashoda, the transcendental lover in the land of Vraja, the delight of Gokul. Krishna, a nickname of Krishna. Kana, the nickname of Krishna, the wealth of the lives of the gopis. He steals the mind of even Cupid and punishes the Kaliya serpent.
These pure holy names of Lord Hari are full of sweet nectarian pastimes. Krishna is the Lord of the 12 forest of Vraj. He is ever youthful and is best of lovers. He is always playing on a flute and he is an excellent dresser.
Krishna is the protector of the inhabitants of Vraja, the destroyer of various demoniac dynasties, the keeper and tender of Nanda Maharaj's cows, the giver of pleasure to the cows, land and spiritual senses, the husband of the goddess of fortune, the butter thief, and the beautiful cowherd boy of Nanda Maharaj.
Krishna wanders along the banks of the river Yamuna. He stole the garments of the young damsels of Vraj who were bathing there. He delights in the mellows of the Ras dance. He is very merciful, the lover and beloved of Srimati Radharani, the great dancer of Vrindavan, and the shelter and only refuge of Thakur Bhakti Vinod.
Who's next? You're going to say?
No, I think it's Ishani. I think it's Ishani wanted.
Ishani, who is? Oh, Ishani is there. Okay, Jai. So please raise your hands. Follow Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So again, warm welcome. And today we are celebrating a couple of birthdays. And I think Vidurani's birthday was there the other day, but she hasn't come maybe because she's done her back end, so maybe she'll come later on. And please remember the cafe is open today. There's vegetarian pizzas, and Tamal Prabhu has got some sort of burgers, special ones. What are they? What Rika burger? I know all those names. I love Prashadam, but I don't know the names. So there'll be chips, and there's ice cream as well. It's warm, getting warm now, so there's ice cream as well. And of course there's Prashadam as well, which is free. But please support the cafe because we're generating funds for making the extension there. And at Janamastami we're going to take off in collecting money and things like that, yeah. So okay, so the next singers.
Shri Shri Sachinandataaya Chan ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai, Nityai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram raise your hands. Bolo Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So that was beautiful Kirtan. And different devotees are coming forward to sing. We encourage that. Because this yoga is Sankirtan Yagya. Otherwise, we used to do actual yagya, fire sacrifice. With this one, you just need cymbals, mardanga, and the yagya starts. And you get even better results than the other yagyas. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordained, whoever does this Mahamantra, he will experience love of Radha and Krishna this lifetime. Otherwise, other yagya, you have to, after many births, you have to do that. So today we are very fortunate to have a speaker from Walsall. Is it Wolverhampton or Walsall? Walsall. And Narayan Keshivji, so is serving Birmingham Yatra and came to Coventry, and he's encouraging us to speak from Bhagavatam, and because you're running Zoom classes, and please do join them because you learn a lot, and we've been asked to speak a couple of times. Also today he'll be speaking about a topic. I haven't asked him because I like the speaker to introduce it. And like I said earlier on, please make sure that you ask some questions, so the speaker realizes that you were listening. Otherwise, it's going over the head or around the ears or whatever. So do ask, and don't be shy, actually. It's a small community here. And it's nice to inquire. And if you don't understand something, you can always raise your hand saying, I didn't understand that. And if you like the class, you can always make a comment saying, I really like that, And it encourages the speakers to, improve or wherever they can like that. So would you sing Jai Radha Madhav? Okay, so if you like to take us. Guru, okay, he hasn't sung at all. Let him sing Jai Radha Madhav and then you. I was told. Yeah, you sing Jai Radha Madhav. What are you going to do, Mahamantra? Okay, you can do that. No. Arey kardi gal hai yaar. Nothing formal. We're going to enjoy it. Okay, where's Shravan go? Okay. If you want a verse on the screen. Here we go, 1, 2, put the volume up on this. Jai Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Vihari.
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Jayo Jayo Gurudev, 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jayo Jayo Gurudev, 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 Jayo Jayo Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Come on, round of applause for that. That was really nice. Round of applause, please. Yeah, he was. Yeah, Echo was like, he was coming afterwards. Yeah. Yes. Well, he wanted to join in, whatever it was. So please, once again, raise your hands. I always ask that so we can say Mahamantra. Hare Krishna. I think you're all hungry. The prasadam is ready. No, it hasn't been offered to the Lordship yet. So, Bola, once again. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. So there are a few things which are very important to devotional life. And one of them is chanting of the Mahamantra regularly. That's your personal sadhana. And the other one is the real feast. And that's always the class on Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. So today we're going to give you feast. And then another feast for the stomach. Feast for the soul. And then there's also the cafe open with a lot of new items. What's this a new veggie burger called?
So we've got a new burger made by Tamal Prabhu. It's called a Vrika burger because apparently it's very, very hot. And Bhim Sen used to have a fire in his stomach, the fire of digestion. So Tamal Prabhu, rather than call it the Tamal burger, he didn't want his name on a burger. So we thought we'd call it the Vrika burger, meaning very hot. It's very, very tasty. He's excellent at making burgers, so we're launching that today.
And there's pizzas as well?
Yeah, pizzas as well. Ice cream, because it's very hot weather. So we've got nice Mr. Whippy style ice cream. I might go and get one myself now. And as usual, our pizzas are there.
Yes.
So please enjoy.
And then for those who don't want to spend any money, there's Prasadam, which is sponsored by Patta Pavan Prabhu. Give him a big round of applause. And where's Guruvani? Guruvani is missing here at the moment. We'll be wishing her happy birthday. And there's 2 or 3 other birthdays as well. So please, Narayan Keshav Prabhu, give him a big round of applause. So he's going to give today's class. Jai Jai. Aye. So you want to put the invocation on Prabhu first? First we'll do the Om Gyan as well.
Hare Krishna. So, first of all, I want to thank His Grace Haridas Prabhu for giving me this opportunity to give class today, and the nice welcome and the introduction as well. Thank you so much. It gives a twist to the sent to Coventry. I'm sure you heard this so many times before. Nothing wrong with Coventry. It's beautiful. And you can see that by the welcome and the atmosphere. And the beautiful kirtans and lovely kirtan by Guru Sevak Prabhu as well. So nice. Anyway, let's do the praise first of all. And Om Gyan Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shirayuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vesucha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Saghana Raghunathamitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvetam Savadutam Krishna Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kant Radha Kant Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutadevi Pranmami Haripriye Vancha Kalpato Brihascha Kirpa Sindhuvecha Patitana Pavnebhyo Vaishnavyo Namo Nama Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedante Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Parcharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Dishatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasti Go Bhakt Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Since we're doing Bhagavatam class, I'll do Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Mukham Groti Vachalam Langyute Krim Yat Kirpathamandashi Gurundin Tarna Paramananda Madhum Shitanishram Narayan Namaskritya Naram Cheva Naruttamam Devim Saswit Vyasam Tato Jemaduriyat Nasta Presha Abduration Nitam Bhagavad Sevya Bhakti Uttam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Neshtaki. Thank you. Okay, so we're doing verse 5:24:19. Get that on the screen. And the title today is Devotional Service in the Kali Yuga. And I think you mentioned it in your introduction. I think half the class is already done. I don't know how you guessed it, but I never told you. But I thought maybe, good topic to start with. It obviously applies to all of us, so it's a good topic. So it's 24:19. So it's Maharaj Bali. So this is a very difficult verse, as you can see. I won't ask anybody to repeat it after me. Even I can't say it, so. Yeah. Okay, let's try. No. Avetat. Shakshatkaro. Bhumi. Danasya. Yat. Tad. Bhagavati. Ashesha. Jiva. Nikayanam. Jiva. Bhutatam. Bhute. Paramatmani. Vasudeve. Tirthatme. Patra. Upapane. Paraya. Shardaya. Paramadra. Smahita. Mansa. Sampratipa Ditasya Sakshat Pavarak Dvarasya Yad Bil Nilash Ishvayaryam. So, translation: My dear King, Bali Maharaj donated all his possessions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is Shukdev Goswami explaining to Maharaj Parikshit. My dear King, Bali Maharaj donated all his possessions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamandev. But one should certainly not conclude that he achieved his great worldly opulence in Bil Swarg as a result of his charitable disposition. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of life for all living entities, lives within everyone as the friendly supersoul, and under his direction, a living entity enjoys or suffers in the material world. Greatly appreciating the transcendental qualities of the Lord, Bali Maharaj offered everything at his lotus feet. His purpose, however, was not to gain anything material, but to become a pure devotee. For a pure devotee, the door of liberation is automatically opened. One should not think that Bali Maharaj was given so much material opulence merely because of his charity. When one becomes a pure devotee in love, he may also be blessed with a good material position by the will of the Supreme Lord. However, one should not mistakenly think that the material opulence of a devotee is the result of his devotional service. That's very important. Because when we're doing devotional service, we're not looking for material opulence. The real result of devotional service is the awakening of pure love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which continues under all circumstances. Whether you're rich or poor, old or young, whatever color you are, even you've seen Gajendra, the elephant, got liberation. Doesn't matter who you are, what you are. Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, 5-year-old children, they can get Krishna as well. This is the beauty of devotional service. Now, this verse is talking about love. So I want to just start with that, love and happiness. Everybody wants love and happiness, right? We all want love and happiness. And we're looking for it with our spouse, we're looking for each other, children, friends, parents, even our pets. People looking for love, right? And there is some reciprocation. Love happens, but eventually it's disappointment because it's not permanent, right? Somebody will give away, the pet will die, or your wife, husband, happens all the time. It's not a new phenomenon. It happens to everyone. We love our children, they go to university, then we miss them. Sons get married, we miss them, right? Now the wife has taken over. So like that, we're looking for something permanent in a world that is, can I just hold it? Okay. Very temporary in the Kali Yuga especially. I'll hold it, it's better for me. So everything's very temporary. Now, the reality is, our true nature is to love Krishna. This is the thing. And we don't realize that because we are under illusion of Maya. We all know Maya, right? We're all under illusion of Maya. And for that, we are looking in the wrong place. We're looking in the reflections, in the shadows for love. This world is a reflection of the reality, and we're looking for love here, and that is not going to happen. And we should really be looking for love with the Supreme Lord, because that is where our reality lies. That's where our reality lies. So that's where we should try to find it. And if somebody says, well, why should I not look for it here? Everything is already here. Why should I look for reality or look for happiness with God or love for God? I don't need it. Atheists will think like that, And the scriptures are explaining why God is necessary. Because he's the source of everything. Right? He's the cause of everything. Sarva karan karanam. Right? Aham sarvasya prabho. Scriptures are telling us, right? He's the seed-giving father. Bij pradha pita. Right? He's the original person. Govindam adi purusham tama bhajami. So all these reasons are there. Why should not we love him? It's not a matter of why we should love him. It's a matter of when we're going to start loving him. Right? He's waiting for us to love him, but we just not looking that way. We are so engrossed in our material life, we don't have time for all this. Now, if you're going to love someone, then love equates to service. We're talking about service. Because otherwise there's no meaning to love. You tell your wife, or the wife tells the husband, there's love, but then you don't serve each other in any shape or form, mentally, physically. You're not serving, then what is the point of love? There's no love. You prove your love by service. That's how, you say, I'll do anything for you. But then she says, make a cup of tea. You said, well, I made it yesterday. You don't have to make every day. So you have to prove it by service. That's where the love is translated into service or transforms into service. Now, what is service? What is devotional service? So when we talk about God, we talk about devotional service. What is this service? We really need to know. We need to get to the roots of this. What is service? We keep talking about devotional service. What is devotional service? Coming here, my devotional service is done, right? No. So Prahlad Maharaj, he translates into 9 types of service. The first is Shravanam, hearing. And we have a good example of personality of Maharaj Parikshit. He heard Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days and nights, right? That is Shravanam perfected. We can't do that. So what should we do? Well, we should listen to Bhagavatam. We should listen to the pastimes of Krishna regular basis, right? Very important. And listen to the Kirtans, very, very important. We do that. So that's our Shravanam done. Kirtanam, again, you had Maharaj Parikshit. He was listening, and then Sukadeva Goswami was doing the Kirtanam. He was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days and nights. And Narada Muni, always Narayan, Narayan. He's always doing Kirtanam. Right? For us, we do chanting, and another Kirtanam we do is book distribution. Book distribution is also considered Kirtanam because we are spreading the glories of the Lord. That's Kirtan. That's what Kirtan is all about, right? Like Narayan, Narada Muni saying Narayan. So, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Always thinking about Krishna. And who was always thinking about Krishna? Prahlad Maharaj. Even though he had adversity in his life, so much torture, he never forgot Krishna. And then Krishna never forgot him. When he invited Krishna to come, he came out. The pillar became God's mother because he was born from that pillar. Right? The pillar, God is so merciful. He made pillar his mother and he's born out of it because Prahlad Maharaj said, yes, God is in that pillar. He came out of there. So Smaranam, then you have Padsevanam. Padsevanam means serving the feet of the Lord. Now only Lakshmi is really allowed to serve the lotus feet of the Lord directly. Okay, so what do? We serve the seniors, we serve the devotees. Because the shelter of the senior devotees or pure devotees is at the feet of the Lord. So when we serve them, we are automatically serving the feet of the Lord. And another example is given, you can serve Tulsi Mata as well, because Tulsi is given at the feet of the Lord. So serve Tulsi, that's also Padsevanam. So Lakshmi does Padsevanam, Archanam, Prithu Maharaj. He gave you his royal possessions to serve God. Right? He did everything in his possession, in his power to serve God. We have home deities. And if you do Archanam, it's very important. We have home deities. We serve them. We cook for them. We give them nice clothes. We do arti, everything. We look after them. Serve them. Make a relationship with them. Like Mirabai. Mirabai is Giridhar Gopal. Right? Krishna came to see her from time to time and became a husband. She wanted him as a husband. He became a husband because she has so much love. She built a relationship with him. Do we have a relationship with our deities? I don't think so. I certainly don't. I feel very guilty of the fact. I serve them in the morning and then I leave it to the wife. Now, how would my children like if I just talk to them? I said, I only can talk to you in the morning. After that, don't talk to me. Children, they won't be happy. It's what kind of father is this? Right? Or mother only talks to me in the evening. She just comes to tuck me into bed and doesn't even bother talking to me in the morning. How would we like that? Right? So our deities, we need to have a permanent relationship. Our life should revolve around our deities. But we don't do that. I'm guilty of that. I really cannot make that time. I don't have the tolerance and the patience to spend so much time with my deities. We had to get an argument over something in the temple room, and then he hit me. I said, Krishna is trying to tell me something. We are lacking. We're lacking something. We're not doing something. And we made some very imaginative changes. The changes were there to be done, and we're not doing it. We had an argument, and after that I had a realization that Krishna wants us to make some changes here. This is why we have an argument. And we made the changes, and now the altar looks so beautiful now. We made up, and then we did together. I explained to her. I explained to the wife. I said, look, the reason we had this heated debate, because Krishna says, ki ye dande ke gaak hain. He tried to talk sense to them. They don't listen. I mean, there's another story about how Krishna calls his cows with a bugle, he calls their names like that. In the end, he picks up his danda. And that's like us. He tries everything. He says, ye laaton ke bhoot, baaton se nahi manenge. So then he comes with his danda. And sometimes we need that. We really need it. Just like a spiritual master, needs to sort us out, because in this Kali Yuga, we are very lazy and we got other priorities that really should be on the back burner. Anyway, so that's our Archanam. Then we have Vandanam, and Akrura is a known personality that who did very heartfelt prayers to Krishna when he came to see him in Braj. And then Krishna, obviously being the super soul in the heart, knew his heart, and he showed his, he appeared in front of him in that form. So for us, we should do prayers. We should do Gajendra prayers, Kunti Mata prayers. We have prayers here. We do in the Gora Arti, right? We have prayers. Do them from the heart, and that's our Vandanam. We pay obeisances, Namaskuru, pay obeisances to the Lord. So we're doing that. And then you have Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanavedanam. Dasyam, we all know Hanumanji. He's the ultimate. Dasyam is our inspiration. And for us, cook for the Lord and clean the temple room. That's our Dasyam service. Then you have Sakyam, friendship. How do you make friends with the Lord? Friendship means, Arjun was his friend. Our friendship means that we are well-wisher. Friends are our well-wishers, right? So they are well-wishers. We are well-wisher of the Lord. We build our friendship by glorifying the Lord. We glorify Him wherever we go. Charcha karo. We do His worship and glorifying. So that's friendship. And then Atanved and Bali Maharaj, we just discussed there. Surrender everything. Internally, externally. Externally, we are surrendered by coming here. We surrender a time, right? Our body, gross body. We have come here. Internally, surrender. Your mind, your intelligence, your ego, that's your internal, subtle body. Surrender. So not just surrender outwardly, we got to surrender inwardly as well. In humility, in our total surrender. And our likes and dislikes, they should be centered around Krishna. I mean, that's a class on its own, about surrender. But surrender emotionally, internally, externally to Krishna. So, is that clear? Yeah. Sure? Yeah, okay. Well, I think it's very complicated, right? So these 9 services Prahlad Maharaj has given us, I mean, they're quite, what do we actually do? I mean, we'll hear the class now, we'll go back home, forget all about it. So Prabhu said something, Prahlad Maharaj, I don't know what he said. Right. Now, thing is, all these 9 services are very potent. But as Prabhuji mentioned earlier, most potent is, in the Kal Yuga, is Mahamantra, chanting of the holy name. That is the most potent service we can do. But, excuse me, so then do we just sit all day and chant the Mahamantra like a yogi? Can we do that? Is there any point in that? Not really. So the Mahamantra that we're chanting has to be backed up with something. There should be a backing to the Mahamantra. What's the backing is? Be a servant, service. We have to serve, right? Come to the temple, ask what service can I do? Very important, we serve. Because we should take the humble position. We have to be humble when we're chanting. Then it's effective. When we're humble when chanting, you can chant more and you will serve more as well as chant. So they're interlinked. And then you also should be listening to the philosophy of why you're chanting, why you're serving. You know, not just serving. We could hire a cleaner to clean the temple and then they get paid and go. Will they go back to Godhead? Not really. You know, just by cleaning, you don't go back. You have to know why. You're conscious. With consciousness, are you serving? Are you cleaning? With what consciousness are you cooking? Consciousness is very important. It's about Krishna consciousness, right? And Lord Chaitanya says in the Ashtakam, Tinada Pisunachena, Taro Pishashunana, Amanina Manadena, Kirtina Sada Hari. So you have to be humble. You have to be lower than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. You get into that kind of attitude, then you can keep chanting more and more. It's very, very important. So we're saying 3 things. We're saying that you should chant, we're saying you should serve, and we're saying you should read. 3 things. You cannot miss any of these 3 things. Because if you chant and serve, just chant and serve, then one day it will become mechanical. You'll do it mechanically because you don't know why you're doing it. You haven't understood the philosophy. Why am I chanting? Why am I serving? You don't know because you haven't read about it. You haven't read the Bhagavad Gita, you haven't read Srimad Bhagavatam. You don't know why are you chanting, why are you serving. If you just did chanting and did reading, if you were chanting and reading and not serving, then you won't get the servant mood. You become egoistic. Akkad ho jayega na, ki I know everything, I'm chanting. You won't have the humble mood because you did not serve. So chanting, reading, serving, these things are very, very important. Okay. Now, I want to go a little bit further. So there's Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Devotion, he tried to make things easier for us to understand. He said there's 64 activities you can do for bhakti. Now that sounds a lot, really, doesn't it? And he realized that 64 activities is a lot in us in the Kali Yuga. He said, okay, the 64 activities, well, we'll give you the 5 most important activities that you can do. And it's called Panch Anga Bhakti. And that is my focus here, the Panch Anga Bhakti. So it's like, because I'm a businessman, I've got this habit. So forget the 9 devotional services. No, forget the 64. It's like, Sunday market. Forget the 64 activities. 5 activities today. That's all we're asking for. 5 activities. That's all we're asking, bro. You buying? 5 activities. Yes, sold. So that's all you need to do. 5 activities. And what are those 5 activities? It's called A, B, C, D, and then another D. So A, B, C, D twice. A, association of devotees. And how do you perfect the association of devotees? You perfect it by the 6 loving exchanges. Rupa Goswami explains 6 loving exchanges with the devotees. My wife was saying to me the other day, she says, what were you saying to the Prabhu? You explaining about this and that. I says, we're having loving exchanges. Do you mind? You shouldn't be listening. She goes, you're becoming like women. So I don't care. We're having loving exchanges. When you meet a devotee, you want to have a loving exchange. So you do your heart to heart, you exchange gifts, and you exchange prasad with them. Invite them to your house, entertain them. They invite you. Loving exchanges. So association of devotees is very important. That you get that closeness with the devotee. Obviously, keep it to spiritual level. Don't discuss mundane topics, but keep it like that. And then B is Bhagavatam. She's very close to my heart at the moment. So Srimad Bhagavatam, how do you perfect this second part, Srimad Bhagavatam? You perfect it by listening regularly or reading regularly. You must do on a regular intervals, not like occasionally when you have a few moments. Every day, possibly, Bhagavatam. Right? And what is say? Anybody? Chanting. You can forget everything else. If I was to say just do the one, which I won't, but chanting is a must. It's non-negotiable activity. You cannot give up chanting. Chanting must be done. And how do you perfect that? By chanting without offenses. Offenseless chanting, which means the 10 offenses that we have, we speak at Mangalarti. You must, be focused on them and try to correct them. Offenseless chanting. And then D, deity service. Very important. Deities in the temple, deities at home, build a relationship with them, right? Serve them nicely, much as you can. Build that relationship with your deities. Deities and devotees. D, deities and devotees. Serve the devotees, serve the deities. And the 5th is D again, Dham. This is Dham right now. We have Krishna here, we have Pujari, we have Prabhupada, we have Krishna Katha. What more can you ask? What else can there be in the Dham, right? We have everything that is there in the Dham. It's right here. Wherever there's Krishna Katha going on, there is Dham. Right? So that's A, B, C, D. And if you notice that everything we discussed before is included in these 5 things, isn't it? We are chanting. We are serving the deities. Right? We have an association of devotees. We come into the temple. We have a Sunday feast. We're doing Kirtan. It's all there under these 5 headings. So that's what you got to remember. Rupa Goswami has simplified it for us. Don't need to remember 64 items or the 9 types, because it's all included in this Panch Anga Bhakti. But then when you think about it, you're doing Panch Anga Bhakti. You have an association of devotees. You're reading Bhagavatam. you are chanting, you are doing deity service, you are going to the Dham. You can go to India, Dham is right here if you can't go there. So what are we actually doing by doing all this Panchanga Bhakti? What are we actually trying to achieve? Yes. And there is a...
We're trying to please the Lord and getting to know His Swarup, His character.
Yes. So there is an instruction and a prohibition. That's what we're trying to achieve. What's the bottom line? Smartavya satatam Vishnu Vismatvo na chatuchit. Thank you, Ravi. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So all this we're doing, that's what it comes down to. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. What does that mean? Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Does it mean we always like picture Krishna in front of us? It's not possible. You know, we can't do it because our mind gets diverted all the time. It means that we always see Krishna's divine hand in our lives. We see Krishna around us. Krishna explains how He is around us in His energies, right? We see everything that happens. We see Krishna. It's arrangement in everything. That's how we see. And then you need to be qualified to do that. You need that qualification, and you build it by doing this Panchanga Bhakti. You build that qualification to always see. And then by that, you will never go astray. You won't panic or get disturbed in the mind because you know that it's all Krishna's arrangement. Krishna is doing what is best. What is best for me. He's doing what's best for me. So, you know, it's just simple as that. And one thing I'm going to say, other things you can do yourself. Srimad Bhagavat chanting, you can do yourself. And association of devotees you can do. Dham, you come to the temple. And what's the other one? Chanting, Dham. Deity service you do at home. Jaya Sachinandan Tathai Chand ki jai. But one thing is Srimad Bhagavatam. If I can just mention that, please, if you don't have Srimad Bhagavatam at home, ask the temple to get you a set. Very, very important that you have a set of Bhagavatam. Because Srimad Bhagavatam, I can now tell you from experience, it not only changes you individually, it changes everything around you. It changes everything changes in your life. Once you get into Bhagavatam, it's magical, book or set of books that your life just changes and changes for the better. You feel a lot more peaceful. You feel a lot more focused. You feel a lot more spiritual, and everything goes as Krishna's plan because He's there with you all the time. And so I would recommend, please take a set of Bhagavatam, ask Prabhuji, to arrange for you. And, it's just like any other book which comes with a guidebook or nowadays a CD to instruction. I'm here, okay? So, and Prabhuji is here. So if you need how to study it, we are here to help you. We can, because we're already doing it. And in association of devotees, we can guide you. It's first 3 verses, very scary. The first verse, 8 pages. It'll scare you, and you just shut it, forget this. I'm not ready for this. I have done it myself, thinking, no, I'm not ready. Let's stick to the small books for now. But it's not as difficult when you have some guidance on how to study, isn't it, probably? Yeah. And once you get into it, it gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. So please take some Srimad Bhagavatam books and please discuss, and we can study together. It's a wonderful opportunity, and you notice the change in your life completely. We come to Mangalarti and Bhagavatam sessions we have. Why would you get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to come, miles away? Because there is, there's method to that madness. It's just blissful and just connects you with Krishna, connects you with the devotees. Very, very wonderful opportunity. So thank you so much. I hope it made some kind of sense. Hare Krishna. Hare? We can ask questions. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I thought I'll leave a few minutes for any questions that might be there.
Please, I did say in the beginning, have a question ready. Anybody got a question, even if it's a simple one?
Or just a statement to be fine as well.
Yes, a comment.
Anything I said that stood out for you or you want a clarification on, I'm happy to,
Well, first of all,
elaborate.
I think you presented it very well. I like the 3 items first and then the 5. And this Panch Anga, then we have Panchang. Why is it called Panchang, I wonder? That's got 5 angas as well. You know the Panchang we look for? The way you said Panchanga, I know Panchang.
Panchang is like a little
Tithis
book
and-
of something, isn't it?
No, it's all the days, tithis, festivals, isn't it? Is it Panch Anga? Yeah, because they don't go flat. They don't do Dandavad. So Angas are very, very important. And I think the way you said A, B, C, D, D, that's nice to remember because normally I don't know which order it goes. So thank you for that. Give him a round of applause for that. I've heard it before as well. But when you were saying the 3 first, what did you say, the chanting?
Association of Devotees, A. B. Bhagavatam. C. Chanting. D.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. The first 3 items when you said, right in the beginning.
Okay, yes.
Chanting.
The one you could not give up, yes. So I said you must chant,
Yes.
you must read, and you must serve.
Yeah, okay, these 3. So I was thinking in the back of my mind, what about association? What about association?
So when I say
Yeah.
when you chant, I mean that's Kirtanam, comes to that. And you must do services. You're doing deity service and devotee service.
Okay.
So it's all linked, but it's just how you look at it.
But when you were presenting the first 3, I kept thinking there's got to be somewhere association, and that's the most important.
Yes, yes.
But many people misassociate. They just find anybody and do prajalpa. They just talk about anything.
This is what I'm saying.
We had to shut the door and the windows because we could hear something going on in the tent. Although it's a temple, but they forget that this is a temple because there is veggie burgers and there's pizza, there's everything. So the sense carries it away like that. So we had to block that. And I was thinking that as a devotee, you can do that. It's in the right context. But association should be seek somebody higher than you. Must associate. This is very important. Otherwise, you become great pals. And then together you go for sense gratification rather than self-realization. I've seen many people get cliquey. So they won't let anybody senior even. They will dress them down. So I think association is to be understood. And when you associate with somebody senior, then you can serve them as well when you're really the senior. I know a yatra where I remember people used to steal prasadam off, when they were eating together, they would just take a little prasadam and all that. And when I went there, they did that. Oh, I'm eating. Why are you taking? Oh, no, Prabhu, it's your prasad and all that. They were doing to each other. And then one of them would go underneath the table and they were touching different people's feet because we were sitting at the table eating. I told them, he's just playing around here. No, Prabhuji, it's senior devotees and all that. Later on, the same person, he fell out with the yatra and started to call them ill names. And because I didn't like it, became a little game for them that we've eaten from someone. That alone is not going to deliver you or make you advance because you're taking it as a ritual and a game. And what you said is you must understand why you're serving, why you're taking the remnants. Otherwise, what they call it, uchishta. So even that should be that this person is a Siddha Purusha. I'm taking his. Otherwise, you take somebody else's who's karmic, you're going to take all his karma as well. So the red warning here is, I would say, if you could say a little bit more, don't make it a ritual without understanding and discriminating, like whose I'm going to. I'll give you an example. One personality was there in an institution, and then obviously we can have their remnants in it. So they drank water from the cup. And later on, this is a long time ago when I first started. So they gave the gel to everybody. And one of the person, he was an ISKCON. So they said, oh, Janama, whose is it? He said the speaker and all that. He just dropped it. And I thought, whoa, that's an uproar. But later on, that person who had the gel, he fell down. And I remember the incident. I said, it's funny, you know. At that time, I thought it was an uproar, but I didn't realize that that person was going to fall later on. So I remember, yeah, you got to be very, very careful. We all rush to, especially Bharatiya people, you know, touch people's feet, drink the water, not like that. But in the meantime, switch off as soon as you leave the temple. And when you go home, you do all sorts of nonsense, as Prabhupada says. So please don't make it a ritual. I must have touched the feet, this, the other. But your consciousness still stands gratification, not turning towards Krishna. Yeah. So I think the way you've said that process is wonderful, that we must do all that to actually remember Krishna all the time. So I think if you can say a little bit more on that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that if you are serving and chanting, but you're not reading, then it's mechanical. That's what we're saying. A lot of things that we do in life are just mechanical.
Even if you're reading, I know many readers, like you said, you become egoistic if you don't serve with sincerity and humility.
If you don't serve, if you're just reading and chanting, then you haven't taken the humble position. Yeah. The humble position comes by serving in the kitchen, doing the cleaning, like that. You know, the lower, or there's no service lower or higher, but if you even see something as lower, then do it, because that will give you a humble position. End of the day, until we get our identity, I don't want to go into that talk, but just to, as I say, we're Indian, we still have to say it. We say we don't want to go into it, but we still do. So, isn't it? So, just quickly want to say that until we know who we are, identity, our Savrup with Krishna, you know, we have to be servants, because at the end of the day, we are chanting the Maha Mantra and we asking for service. Whether service is in this world or it's in the spiritual world, we asking for service. Wherever Krishna wants us to serve. You want us to serve here? Prabhupada says he's happy to go to all the different universes if he has to serve. He's not saying, oh Krishna, I've done my service, I think I did really well. You mind if I come back now, you know, enough work. But yeah, he's happy to go to all these universes to serve there. So it's like that, you know, we must know, you know, what we're doing, and we have to do it as a servant. We have to remember that we are actually a moment servant. One day we might be parent of Krishna, we might be friend of Krishna, we might be the conjugal lover of Krishna. We don't know, and until we don't know, remain a servant. Because when you do know, you still be a servant, you still be a friend, you still be a parent. You have to. In every rasa, you have to, there's a service, you know, like I said earlier, husband, wife, that's the highest rasa in this world. But there's no rasa if you don't serve each other. It's just, you know, it'd be like we're fighting each other if we don't serve each other. Even there's rasa, there has to be some service. Service is involved in every stage of life. As a servant, as a friend. If your friend doesn't help you in a time of trouble, he's no longer your friend. You stop picking up his calls. You think, what kind of person? He didn't help me. So service is very important. In every stage or every relationship, service is important. So why not start as a servant? And if Krishna gives you another position, that's fine. Otherwise, stay, you know, be a servant. It's not a problem.
So we've seen it because we've been in ISKCON for like however many years now. I've been since birth, so 43 years. And you see sometimes when someone's doing all of these processes, whether it's getting up for Mangala Aartis, doing everything, they sometimes tend to then become critical of people that for whatever reason are not able to do these things. So equally, that is an impediment to devotional service, because you end up committing offense against other Vaishnavas. So how can you, especially even there's a tendency, whenever you do something exceptional, One sadhu said very nicely, he goes, when you do something exceptional, you'll end up having the desire to tell someone, hey, do you know, I did that. He goes, and the minute that you tell someone, the result of that thing is gone. The minute that you tell someone, the result is gone, because you've then promoted your own name and fame rather than you did the service quietly and you didn't tell anyone. So how can, when someone's doing all of these things, what's the method for them not starting to criticize people that aren't doing it and then not to get proud, or look, I'm doing this and it's other people aren't doing anything?
Sure. Thank you, Ruba. Well, first thing is to look at yourself. Don't look at other people. That's very important. Because when you look at other people, especially people who are better than you, envy will set in. You look at people lower than you, pride will set in. So do not look, and this is what I said earlier, do menial service, because it's to take away name, fame, pride, position. Take all that away, otherwise you cannot, no point chanting otherwise. You must do it in a humble state of mind. So look at yourself. Where am I now? Where was I 10 years ago? Where do I want to be in 10 years' time? That's the important thing. Don't look at, oh, this person is not doing this, or this person is a very great singer. Why am I not a good singer? It's not fair. Well, you have your own journey. That person have their own journey. Maybe in your last life you were a great singer. You don't know. In this life you need to do something else. So do not compare yourself with anyone else. Only compare yourself with yourself. Where you were, where you are now, where you want to go. That's very important. And I said to Radharani, I said, look, we must go to Mangalarti. Not because, we want to be better than anyone else. One is very blissful, as I said earlier, it's important to go to Mangalarti because it's really useful. If your circumstances allow, please come. We have the capacity, please come. Because, that's one way to advance. See Krishna in the morning, meet him when he wakes up. It's beautiful. But I also said, look, we should go because now we have the health to go to Mangalarti. In, say, 10 years' time, we might not have the health which allows to go to Mangalarti. So let's make the best of the time that we have and use it. Use your surrender. That's surrender. Surrender your body to Krishna. Use it to Krishna service. So just think about yourself. Do not think, why are not people coming? Why are they not surrendering their body? Why they can't? They have their own circumstances, right? They have the reasons. They have the journey. Let people fly their own plane. You fly your plane. Let people fly their own plane. Thank you.
And just to add a little bit, we are programmed to compare ourselves from birth. When we go to the classes, they always announce number one, first is so-and-so, second is so forth. We've been conditioned like that. And even when you start your jobs and everything, they give bonuses to those who do more and whatever like that. It's natural that you're comparing. I don't think it's wrong. I don't think it's wrong. It's natural. But this is what you should do. When somebody's better than you, just glorify that this person must be deserving that Krishna has given him more than me. Absolutely. Right? And if somebody is less than you, tell him, let me help this person. I think he would enjoy it, that if I made him come up again. That's called listening to them. And that comes with maturity. Otherwise, we've been programmed to compare wherever we are. And that's why even husband compares himself to the wife compares to the husband, the child compares to the father, because first you're teaching them, and then they grow up, they start to teach you, and then because you become vulnerable and whatever. So the roles change like that. So it's natural. I don't think we should fight it. But you shouldn't be competitive. No. Because when you're competitive, you don't want to cooperate. There's two C, competitive and cooperate. So when you are cooperating, you say, hey, you did good like that. But you continue to give your best regardless. So I realized once, I naturally came in my heart, little, not envy, it was just comparison. So I realized, why am I doing that? I said, you know what humility means? To celebrate other people's success in the same field as you are without giving up your efforts and attempt like that. But celebrate. They go to them saying, hey, you done good. And they'll see you still in the race. But we end up giving up saying, oh, the guy has. I actually entered a race when I was young, and we had to do 4 rounds. and the Africans are really fast runners. So I was practicing like anything. They took off straight away. It was like 1 mile thing. And I was in the 3rd round, and there was 1 round to go. I had the energy, but because I saw them, ahead of me, I just came off the track. But I had a lot of energy. So then I was a bit disappointed. Why did I come away? I just thought, well, I'm not going to win, because it was all about winning. I went away to drink some water and all that, and I heard some roar or something like that. And my older brother, because he had left the school, he won a race, another one after that. And my mother goes, "Swear to sham tak hard work kar raha si. Your brother didn't do anything. He got the cup and you got nothing." And I realized from there, never leave the race just because you were comparing like that. So that has been in my heart, that whatever you do, carry on doing it regardless of how the other one is crossing the line. And I remember in that race, there's one person, he was 2 rounds behind. He carried on going. The race had finished. Everybody, he was the last one, came. He got a round of applause like anything because he finished the race. Wow. So we mustn't stop trying, even though people overtake you. Celebrate the victory, but continue with your race rather than stop up like that.
Can I just, I don't know if it's going to make sense or not what Prabhuji just said. When we compare, then 2 more C's come along. One is complain, and the other one is criticize. And they just suck away all the bhakti, which we have done, all the sadhana we are going to do.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Very stimulating class and discussion. This is fantastic. But this bit about competing, this is a lovely Leela in Krishna Leela. I think it's described in Anand Vrindavan Champu. I think it's described in that book. That when Krishna with his cowherd friends, they go out every day. They take the calves, and every now and then there'll be some game the others would play. Krishna's cowherd friends would play that. Krishna is up there in front. Let's see who gets to him first. So they're running to catch up with Krishna. And then when they do get there, then there'll be some excitement. They'll say, "Oh, Krishna, I go to you first." And others say, "No, Krishna, I go to you first." And this is a bit I love. Krishna says, "It doesn't matter who got to me first. The important thing is you got to me." So competition is bad. Getting Krishna is important. Don't worry about who somebody's ahead of you. Get to Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Yeah, and they say that, thank you. Anyway, thank you very, very well. And they say that in the spiritual world, there is competition there as well, isn't there? Yeah.
At the highest level, there's Chandravali
Radharani, always competing. Yeah.
Get used to it.
So, yeah, but it's like with the right intention. They're not, they want to serve Krishna. Everybody wants to serve Krishna. That's like you said. Thank you.
Okay, we can compete, but don't think nastily of something.
Yeah. Not maliciousness should not be there.
Enthusiastically compete, yeah. Okay,
maybe a silly question, but since I've been often reading Bhagavad Gita, I think one of the important is Karma Yoga. For the people who are quite busy with the family life, with their regular life, but still you offer every step to the Lord. Can that could be close enough to called as a Bhakti Yoga as well? Because you will start remembering the God in every part of your life doing anything. Can it be called as also Bhakti Yoga when you are doing the Karma Yoga?
That's the idea. Yat kroshi yat nasi. So everything you do, everything you eat, everything you give away, you have to, you do that for Krishna. If you center your life, just Krishna in the center, everything you do, it's about Krishna. It's like your children. Everything you're doing, you're earning money because you want them to study. You're earning money because you want them to have the best things. So that's, you're worshipping your children. So you take that to Krishna. You can still worship your children, but you do it through Krishna. You worship them because they are part of Krishna. You love your wife because she's something given to you from Krishna. Like that. So it's about Krishna consciousness. everything you can do but for Krishna, and you can also help other people. Not just Krishna, you can help other people, but because they are part of Krishna. So you just go through Krishna. This is what Krishna likes. He does not like us. He doesn't mind us having pizza and burgers, as long as you offer to him. Eat them as prasad. So yeah, you can do that. That is bhakti. You just go through Krishna.
But the progress is not the same. Progress is not the same. You are in the domain of bhakti. You're in the domain of bhakti. And the thing is, if you say, I'll put up with all this stress, it is a stress, because you want to be at the temple or do something, and there's restriction. Make sure that you inspire them to do more for Krishna. That'll become your job. Because if it's all about me and they're stopping me, it means you're not really encouraging them to become Krishna conscious either. So if you're with them, make sure, okay, can we offer prasad? Oh, 7 o'clock, we'll do arti. So you don't have to come to the temple, but you engage them in Krishna consciousness. You've done your duty. And that's not karma yoga anymore. You actually become the guru for them. And the mother becomes guru for the children like that. So that is okay. This temple is a location, but your house is a location as well, and Krishna is there as well. So are you being Krishna conscious as a family unit, or is it just you being Krishna conscious and they are being enjoy conscious or something like that? So if you can turn their just enjoyment, Daddy, I want this, Daddy, I want that. Say, okay, first offer to Krishna. You got a new clothes, offer to Krishna. That way you train them, you are doing your job perfectly. And when you come to the temple, you won't be stressed out at all. You'll be bringing your family with you as well. But they can't put the same timing as you can do that. So please, wherever you are, make sure the environment is Krishna consciousness. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to come away, dump the family and everything like that. Many people become sannyasis because they didn't get along fine with their wives. So they end up in Vrindavan. But that's not considered real renunciation. That was just, you just gave up your, the challenge and came there like this. I would say wherever you are, make your family Krishna conscious, and Krishna will reward the whole family like that. Okay?
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, just what I was going to say was that set an example. Like said, you instead of restricting them or insisting them. I mean, I don't know if that was not the actual question. Anyway, you're saying that you're doing everything towards Krishna. That's good. So, but even if that is what like Prabhuji is saying, then you just do it. You just set a good example, and children follow the example rather than the advice. The personal example is better than trying to advise them and to force them in any way. Advise them. You show them by example. That's the best way. Thank you. Sorry, yes, let's have one of the Matajis.
I was just saying, in a Grastha Seva, he can consider his family as a Krishna. So whatever he is doing, he's not doing for his daughter or his wife. He's serving Krishna.
Well, what if the daughters are doing wrong?
No, but he will guide them, because he's gonna be there for them to guide. For example, he's bringing clothes or a dress, so he can see. If he doesn't have a time particular to serve Krishna, he can consider his daughter as a Krishna. I'm not serving, because indirectly there is a Krishna in his daughters. If she...
I'm not clear about that. Can I have my mic?
No?
To get the perspective right. See, that's the problem in Bharat. Consider everybody Krishna. Is this working? Yeah. And just consider them part of Krishna. That is perfectly all right. Part of Krishna. They are not Krishna. Otherwise, whatever they ask, you're going to do it like that. Because in the end, we are dasya. We are servant of Krishna. So you're seeing your wife, your children as Krishna. So you say, I've got to serve them. So whatever they say, you'll have to do it. But you end up getting the karmic reaction for them. But if you see them as part of Krishna, so then you are loving to them, But if they go wrong, you correct them saying, no, 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 Krishna wouldn't like that. That's why I said, you engage them in Krishna consciousness, considering that they're part of Krishna. But they have forgotten Krishna, so it's my job that I remind them they belong to Krishna.
Yes.
You might be thinking, it's like in Bharat, Hinduism thinks there's only one God, all religions are the same. Tell me, do other religions think all the religions are the same? No, they don't.
No.
They don't, full stop. But Hinduism still thinks there's only one God and all religions are the same. But you ask Islam, they call you kafir. You ask Christians, they think we're lost people. See, they have that opinion. So similarly in a family, you keep thinking they're Krishna, they are thinking your dad who brings in the money, and then they can enjoy whatever they like to do.
No, but we will be there to guide them. Like
Only so far when they don't go to university. Yeah, because then they got other parents there, you know. I went to university, the first day was open evening at a disco and a free beer for freshers. We never touched it, and I was thinking, what? Is that what they're doing? Whatever we were restricted, they had fully chutti, you know, boy meet girl and everything, and disco music, Saturday Night Fever and all that kind of thing. And so then, what are the parents going to do? So they go for a degree and come back with a decree. Yeah. And then the parents say, where did we go wrong? So if you make them Krishna conscious when they're young, just tell them, look, we're not stopping you. There's a right way of also enjoying life and proper way. Then you're doing your job. Otherwise, you just serve them, and later on, you'll be regretting thinking, my God, I didn't.
But if from the childhood we are teaching them, like we are engaging them as a Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
So once they grow up or go to university or anywhere, if they keep chanting and they follow their sanskar, then I think they will automatically get into the
That's why Prabhupada did that. Prabhupada went all the way to America to say, wherever you are, you can talk about Krishna. He and he changed the habits. No meat eating, no fish, no eggs, no alcohol, no gambling, no illicit sex. And when Prabhupada went, there was hippies there.
Yes.
They were naked and all that, enjoying on the beaches and stuff. Prabhupada went and told them, no boyfriend, no girlfriend. If you want to enjoy each other, you get married. That's Prabhupada's confidence, saying the civilization needs to change what the way they're behaving. So even in the family, you can teach them chanting and everything, but if they're not pakka, as soon as they go to university, we know many devotees' children who actually just went the wrong way, because they were ritualistically understanding, not from the heart.
Okay.
And from the heart, you've got to make sure. It's not so easy to become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada said that. It's not easy. With things like chant your aunts, read Bhagavad Gita and all that, but inside the heart, they have desires like anything. The TV is on, the whole world is in the front room, you know, so they're chanting one end and desiring loads of things, and later on you think, what happened? I thought, we've seen devotee kids not becoming devotees.
Hari Bol, Billy?
Yeah.
So, being a kid that grew up in a temple, so I've grown up in this temple, and I had at least 20 to 30, probably, can you put this mic up, please? It's very loud. At least 20 to 30 children of my age that grew up in the temple. Out of all of them, they all received the same spiritual education here, all of us. There's at least 20 to 30% that have become atheist, that don't even believe in God anymore. And so it's not guaranteed it's not necessarily guaranteed that just because they're brought up in a spiritual household and you've taken them to the temple. We see that with the youngsters even here now. There's some that are actively engaging because they have some knowledge, and this is where I think reading and stuff is important. And then there's others that come because their parents brought them along. Let's just face it, they come and you can tell they're very unengaged, or nowadays, the mobile phone. They'll be sitting in the class, they're texting away, they're on Instagram and all that, and you're thinking there's no attention there. So I think the way that Krishna consciousness is set up is not that you serve your family members like they're Krishna. You serve them because, someone said this very nicely, they said, even to people that you meet, when you do pranam to them, even though they may not be Vaishnavas, Paramatma is in them. So you're doing pranam to Paramatma in the heart.
Yes.
So not that the child is Krishna. You're thinking Paramatma is in them, so I will give this person attention and love. To think that they're Krishna, then like you said, you're indoors. Because if Krishna was really here, Krishna says, go and jump off the bridge. I'm telling you, Krishna was really here right now, the serious devotees would line up on that bridge and jump. If your child says it, are you going to do it? You're going to say, no, 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 this is the wrong thing. Don't jump off the bridge, you'll hurt yourself. So seeing Krishna, them as part and parcel of Krishna, you will learn to love them like you would love Krishna if Krishna was your child, or if Krishna was your partner, or if that's the way. So my father made a point very nicely. He goes, Krishna's given you these family members so you learn how to love. Because in the spiritual world, I've said this to someone before, they're an incredible devotee. They come all the Mangal Aartis every day. They do 16-round book distribution, top book distribution, everything. But they don't get on with any of their family members or anyone around them. And I said to them, I goes, you're doing incredible, but you're also doing incredibly wrong, because Krishna's a person. Radharani is a person. The Gopas and Gopis are a person. When you get into the spiritual world, you'll be great at doing your sadhana for Krishna, but you're not good at relating to other people and devotees. So you will not be able to cooperate with all of the great advanced devotees that are there. So Srila Prabhupada said, if you want to show me love, cooperate. This is the very much the key. Krishna consciousness is set up in such a nice way. This is where regular reading, listening to Srimad Bhagavatam, listening to wonderful speakers like we have today, the clarity starts to become there. Because the biggest misconception, and is it Maharaj from Bhakti Purushottam Maharaj, he gave a class here very nicely, and he said the most confused people in the whole world are the Hindus.
Yes,
about Hinduism.
that's so
the most
true.
confused people
There's
about
no doubt
Hinduism
about
are
it.
the Hindus. And he proceeded to give a whole class on just who's Supreme Lord, because everyone's so confused. So it's a very nice question. I think it merits more discussion later. I think Aradhya had a question.
Let's have Aradhya ask a question.
So when you said you have to do everything and keep Krishna in the when you said you have to keep Krishna in the center of everything, by that do you mean like Krishna is the reason why you're doing it? And the result of it is to be offered to Krishna.
Your whole life should be offered, everything you do should be an offering to Krishna. So I'm sitting here, doing this class is an offering to Krishna. Hare Krishna.
So I'll clarify the question for him. He's very, very good football player, exceptionally good. And he loves football. I used to be the same when I was a kid. I used to love basketball. So he's asking that he very much enjoys playing football. How can he do that for Krishna? That's what he wants to.
I've got one more question.
Yeah, okay. So you should start with that question, or you want to ask the other one?
So the other one was when you're actually doing. It's not even if it's just football. If you're doing if you work somewhere, can you actively be thinking about Krishna while you're doing that activity? Because it's a bit hard to be doing.
Yeah, it is difficult to think about Krishna all the time. But as I was saying earlier, that you go to work, you think I'm going to earn money, and then part of this money is going to
50%.
Not necessarily, but because you have obviously the house bills to pay. That's also Krishna's home, and then you are paying the bills for Krishna's home. So it's the mentality you're working with. First of all, when you wake up in the morning, do your chanting, do some deity service. That will build your consciousness throughout the day, right? You think about Krishna. And then I said that you think about whatever things happen, you think that Krishna's hand is there and is guiding me, is thinking about me. Okay, this happened with this person. It's okay. I should learn from it. And just ask for Krishna for his blessing. So just think about Krishna in all your situations. You won't necessarily picture Krishna all the time, but you just accept Krishna, that he's in your life. He's taking care of you.
So it's not like you can be thinking about Krishna in every single moment, just thinking.
It's necessary in every second to to connect, because obviously Krishna wants you to do your work as well. He wants you to do your work, but back of your mind, Krishna should always be there. And every opportunity, you can chant in your mind if you want. You can sing in your mind, but you don't have to be consciously present, because then how are you going to concentrate on your exams? If you sit in the exam, can't be doing Mahamantra. You got to write you have to write on the paper. Your questions. You see what I mean? But Krishna will help you, because if that's what he wants you to do, then you will do well. And you have worked hard.
So to keep Krishna at the back of
Sometimes at front when you have time.
Yeah, when
otherwise in the back, your mind should be there.
I think one thing for you is understanding that when you do something good, whether you're playing football, give the credit to Krishna. That's the thing. So do incredible and say, thanks to Krishna's mercy, I was able to do that. Then you haven't said, look how great a football player I am. I've scored that goal. No, Krishna's mercy, I was able to do that. Yeah?
See, this is one of the problems that when we do well, we think I did it. And when things go wrong, so Krishna did it. Yeah, this is the thing.
Okay, so when we were doing with tea talk with Coach, they're like, good job, lads. Well done, everyone. I'd be like, Krishna's mercy.
You will understand that.
Okay. All right. So one last question, then we finish. Yeah? I think Mataji. Okay. Sorry, Mataji. Sorry, Mataji.
Ask him later. Afterwards you can ask. Yeah, I think we probably do.
Okay.
Yeah, because running late.
Yeah.
They have me. She did it. I know it. That's what I'm saying. Is it a quick? All right. I'll give in. Can't argue with ladies, Okay, time.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So my question is, Mahaprabhu says that we need to become Dasanudas and servant of the servant of the servant to get to the Lord. So my question here is, how do we start with that process of becoming a servant? Because even if we even if we have been serving from years to years or the lifetimes, we still don't get to be the part of the actual servant that we need to be. So is it like, can we just be grateful of what we were not before and we're trying to become something that is a pinpoint of the becoming of servant? Or what is the part of it? Should we just think we are divine child of Krishna till the time we don't become the servant of Krishna?
So you want to know how to become Dasaran Das? Have that?
Despite that we've been doing it, is it safe to even think that we like competing with ourselves? That is like, okay, we were something before, but then we weren't doing so much of services before, but we're starting to do that. And is it safe to feel that we are the divine child of Krishna, that is, we've been learning things and then become the servant at the point?
So turn on this question. So you weren't doing something before. You're saying that now you're serving, and comparing yourself.
Every time we keep growing,
Yes.
increasing our bhakti, and we don't tend to become the servant, the actual servant of the God that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is expecting.
Yes.
But at the same time, can we have that gist of in ourselves that we are just learning and we are the child of Krishna until the time we become the servant of the Lord?
Yeah, we're all a part of Krishna. We are a spiritual spark. We're all spiritual sparks of Krishna. But we have to remember that we are very limited. We don't compare ourselves to Krishna. We're all very limited. And we are not the controllers. We're not the proprietors. Krishna, He's unlimited. He's everything. He has all the opulences. We have to realize that we're not this body. We are just a speck in this big scheme of things. We are just a little speck. We, like Prabhupada says, that we just should be humble like a blade of grass, taller than a tree. You do that when you know that you're not this body. You're just a little speck, little dot in Krishna's creation. Just always remember that we really not nothing. And we cannot, all we have is some free will. Yes, we want Krishna, we don't want Krishna. You don't have any other control. Krishna is the supreme controller of everything. We just make desires, and Krishna fulfills according to what we deserve. Does that make sense? Or we can discuss later.
Because I get the gist of it. Being a dasa is a progressive thing. It's not a switch that now you're not das, now you're a das. It's progressive because you're battling with your ahankar. Your ego is coming in the way, and you can't kill your ego. That has to be bashed by Krishna, your spiritual master, and association. Realize it's progressive. You'll know it when you have stopped listening to your ahankar, your mind and intelligence. You'll know now there's only one master, and that's Krishna, the Vaishnavas. That's how it is. It's very progressive. That's why you spend many lifetimes to come to the point, but you have started being a das, but your ahankar is interrupting you. You keep battling with ahankar, and that's why then you'll become dasya. There isn't a place where you say, now I'm dasya, but I wasn't. The fact that you're associating with everybody, you've started being a dasya. Give dasya a big round of applause for asking such a nice question. Yeah. Okay, everybody stand up now. Big round of applause for a lovely class. Thank you, Jai. Yeah, no, lovely, lovely. Okay, who's on the list?
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Shall I stop? The mridanga? Yeah. Who's? Guru, yeah, the main arti. Shall we start? No idea. Nobody will take it. Jayo Sachinandan Jayo Nitai Chan Sachinandan Jayo Nitai Chan
Jayo Sachidananda Jayo Nitai Cha Sachidananda Jayo Nitai Cha
Jayo Gora Nitai Jayo Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Jayo Gora Nitai
Jayo Gora Nitai Jayo Gora Nitai Gora Nitai Jaya Gora Nitai
Kib Jayo Jayo Gora Chande Arati Ko Shobha
Kib Jayo Jayo Gora Cha Arati Ka Shobha
Kib Jayo Jayo Gora Chande Arati Ko Shobha
Kib Jayo Jayo Gora Chande Arati Ka Shobha
Jhanave Tatavane Jagaman Lobha
Janavi Tatavani Jagamana Lobha
Dakhine Nitai Chan Bame Gadadhara
Dakini Nitai Cha Bame Gadagara
Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chatradhara
Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chakradhara
Bosi Yache Gaura Chan Ratna Simhasane
Basi Achi Gora Cha सिंहासने आरती कोरे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाने आरती कोरे ना ब्रह्मा आदि देवगाने नारा हरे आदि कोरे चामार दुलाया नारा आदि कोरी चामार दुलाया संजया मुकुंद बासु घोष आदि गाया संजया मुकुंद वासु घोष आदि गाया शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला शंका बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला ओ माधुरा मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला मधुरा मृदंगा बाजे परम रसाला ओ शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधु माधुर बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधुर माधुर बाजे शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर मधु माधुर बाजे ओ माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे माधुर 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 बाजे निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल 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 बहु कोटि चंद्र जी ने बदन उजवाला बहु कोटि चंद्र जी ने वंदन उज्ज्वला गल देसे बनमाला कोरे जलमाला गल देसी बनमाला कोरे जलमाला शिवा शुका नारादा प्रेमे गदा गादा शिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गद